Welcome to Unacademy. This is Noor Ayesha. I'm your biology educator. My dear NEET aspirants, I'm very sure you are able to crack, all of you are able to crack NEET with great elan. Cracking NEET or acing NEET is simple. It's not very hard. Generally, students used to think that it's very hard and it's not everybody's cup of tea. Only bright students who are very hardworking and the students who are very intellectual, only those students can crack. It's not so. It's not so. Take it from me, anybody who works smartly. Of course, hard work matters, but smart work is the key to success. So what is the roadmap? How to succeed? How to crack NEET? So there are different ways to crack NEET. There are various strategies, and one of the important strategies to crack NEET is smart revision. Smart revision. What do you mean by smart revision? How do you revise? Is that you read a book over and over? See, NCERT is your Bible. NCERT is your Bible. You read NCERT over and over in the sense how many times? 10 times? 15 times? 10 to 15 times. So, if you are reading NCERT 10 to 15 times, are you reading every time each chapter in great detail? Is this what you call revision? Absolutely not. That is not revision. If you tend to read everything in detail for about 10 to 15 times, then you are wasting your time. Then you are wasting your time. Can you watch your favorite movie for 10 to 15 times? Frequently? Or successively? Or within a time gap of 2 days, 3 days, 10 days, 15 days? Will you get same enthu to watch the movie? It's boring. See, although your favorite movie you are watching, but you cannot watch it for more than 2 to 3 times, then how do you revise 10 to 15 times your NCERT? Okay, or any other book? Not possible. So what to do? What is your strategy? Most of the students, they commit blunders because they adopt wrong strategies for revision. What is this wrong strategy? You read concepts or you read chapter just few days before your test or before your exam. Then you read it after a month or after 2 months or whenever you are giving full syllabus test. So you tend to forget. Human mind can store information for short duration. You can remember a movie song or a movie if you have just watched once. For lifetime, certain scenes or certain songs you can remember for lifetime. Why? Because you are watching a movie, you are seeing something in the form of pictures. And your mind registers pictures. But when you are studying, it is not so. Whatever you feed into your mind, it will be stored in short-term memory. And if you don't revise, you tend to forget. So how to revise? What is the frequency? This is very important. Frequency of revision. Very important. How frequently you need to revise. Can you tell me, students? Can you tell me what is the frequency that you adopt to revise? How frequently? I want you to text me. Damodar Rana, good evening. Can you tell me how frequently you revise? Okay, I will tell you how frequently you need to revise. Once you have read a concept, after 24 hours, it is after 1 day, you need to revise. In order to impregnate your mind with this concept, your concepts are stored, the concepts are stored in your brain in short-term memory. In order to transfer or push this information into long-term memory, you need to revise periodically. So what is this periodical revision? What is the frequency? Assume that today I have learnt a concept. Today. After 24 hours, my mind will tend to forget at least 50 to 60% of the concept. So after 1 day, I need to revise. Today I have studied something. The very next day, I need to revise. Then, third day, after 3 days, I need to revise. Then, after 7 days, then 21 days, 45 days, and then 60 days. Believe me, you try this, and after 60 days, if you don't revise for 6 months also, you will be able to remember. Why is it so? You have transferred this content that you have mastered into your long-term memory. From short-term memory to long-term memory. So this is the first strategy for revision. Now, how to revise concepts? How to revise concepts chapter-wise? See, every chapter is not hard for you. Some students may find some chapters very easy to master, and for some students, the same chapter will be difficult. For instance, I find cell biology very easy. For you, you may feel that it's very extensive. The concepts are, the topics are very vast, and concepts need a lot of memory-based learning. So you need to read it over and over, or you need to understand few concepts in detail. So it's difficult for you to master. So the concept or the chapter-wise mastery varies from person to person, from student to student. For some students, few chapters are very easy, few chapters are of average difficulty, and few chapters are too hard. Then how to master such subjects? First, you make a list of chapters with which you are completely at ease. That is, you have mastered topics. So some topics are easier, or you have mastered those subjects, or you are excellent in those topics or subjects. So what do you do? If you take up a general roadmap to study, what do you do generally when you start with a chapter? The general roadmap or general sequences, you first read NCERT. Then you make notes. Isn't it? From NCERT, you make notes. Then you go through MCQs and previous year's questions. You solve these questions and then you analyze. You analyze where you stand, how many questions you could answer, and how many questions you could answer properly, and how many questions you could not answer. And based on this analysis, you go back to your notes and your NCERT to relearn. Okay, or to, you can even go through solutions also to relearn. This is the general roadmap or sequence when you are learning a topic or a subject. But when you have mastered a subject, when you are revising a subject, you need not follow this strategy for the subjects in which you are pro. You need not go through this sequence. Why? You are wasting time. The best example is you are watching a movie for the second time. You are fond of a movie or a song. So what do? You play it in fast forward motion. You watch it at 2x speed, or whatever scenes you are fond of, you just forward and you see, or you pause and see. The same concept you apply when you are revising. So the subjects which you have mastered, then those subjects or topics, you need not go through this sequence. Then how to revise the concepts which you have already mastered. First, start with MCQs or PYQs, MCQs and PYQs. If you are able to solve all the questions, then fine, you have mastered this subject, you are saving time. There is no point in going through NCERT again and going through notes. This is not revision. Suppose you have read a topic, say in 60 minutes for the first time. Then when you're revising, you should be able to revise in 1/10 of this time. So 1/10 of this time is 6 minutes. Then only it is called revision. If you are taking 40 minutes to reread the same concept, then it is not revision. It is called reading. It is not revision. Revision should be done in 1/10 of the time that you have consumed to learn the concept. Right? So don't spend more than 1/10 of the time that you have spent to learn the subject. Otherwise, you are wasting time. So for the subjects which you have already mastered, go through MCQs and PYQs, solve previous year's questions and multiple choice questions. And wherever you are stuck, you just go through the solutions or your notes. Make concept maps. They will help you. Make concept maps, they will help you. They will save your time. This is one strategy to revise the topics where you have completely attained mastery. And there is one more way of smart revision. I'm sure many of my students, even I do that. You hum songs when you are eating food, when driving, or when you are bathing, or you will be thinking of so many other things which are not required. So instead of channelizing your energy towards such things, why don't you recall concepts while traveling? It will save a lot of your time, right? And when you are talking to your friends, why do you want to discuss things which are irrelevant and which are not required? You can say, hey, I revised this and I just took 6 minutes to revise. I have devised this strategy or I have adopted this strategy. So just discuss this and ask them whether they could master this strategy and how long they took to complete this revision. This is one of the ways, group discussion, healthy way. This is also a sort of revision. Okay. So the topics that you have mastered, you can revise within short span of time. No need to spend more time. And there are few topics which are difficult for students. And those topics you have not mastered. Average mastery is there, not mastery. When it is average, they are average, not mastery. So averagely you can answer. You are not very good at those concepts. For such topics, you need to follow this sequence. NCERT, notes, MCQs, PYQs, analyze. You have to follow this sequence. But again, this is revision. Revision, so you cannot take more time. You cannot take more time. And for the topics where you lack mastery or you are very poor, you can't even solve one question, say, out of 5. Your score is 0 out of 5. Then how to master? You can't master because mastery is not overnight. You can't master any topic overnight. It requires time. So from poor to average, you can go to average, but you cannot climb this ladder. This is not possible. If you want to attain mastery in the topics where you are poor, then you need to spend a lot of time and you are racing against time. You don't have that kind of time. So better to not to try to master the topics where you are poor. Then what to do? The strategy for master the topics and for the poor topics is same. Start with MCQs and PYQs, especially PYQs. In PYQs, 40 to 50% of the concepts will be covered. So if you are not able to solve those questions because you have scored 0, this is just for instance I'm saying, go through PYQs and from PYQs, refer notes. And if you refer notes, I'm sure you can solve at least 1 to 2 questions from PYQs in the topics where you are very poor. So this is better. Your score was 0. Now you are at 2. 2 questions you are able to solve out of 5. So this is better. Don't try to master these topics. It will take a lot of time, right? Stay focused. Stay focused, be determined, and be consistent. Be consistent. In order to achieve success, you need to do smart work. You need to stay focused, diligent, and you have to have determination and consistency. These are the keys to success. And there is no magic bullet. There is no magic bullet to success. You have to, there are no shortcuts. You have to put your efforts and you have to be consistent, right? And if you revise accordingly, if you revise the topics according to whatever strategy that I have given you, you will find it very easy and you can get enough time to solve almost all the questions. Take mock tests, as many mock tests as possible. Because if you take mock tests, you will know where you stand, how many questions you are able to answer, where you are not good at. So based on your score, mock test score, you can analyze and you can spend time on those topics. Take full syllabus test. Students take chapter-wise test or topic-wise test. Here they fail because topic-wise or chapter-wise, it will be too small. Take full syllabus test, that is FST, and from that, you will get an idea where you stand. And based on your score in FST, refer your notes or NCERT and resolve your doubts and revise. Okay? Students, any queries you want me to talk to you about, any other strategies in revision? Are you finding any difficulties? Please text me. I don't want this to be a monotonous interaction. I want you to interact. So be smart to revise. Don't waste your time. Don't waste time. Don't waste your energy. Fine then. If there are no queries, then we'll see you in our regular classes. I will be taking classes regularly, shortly. The timings and the classes you will be updated. Please subscribe, share, bring your friends, and I can assure you that you can ace NEET if you follow strategies which I have just given you. So all the best. Hope you will subscribe and you will come for next sessions. Hope to see you, and thank you.